During my sophomore year of high school, I had a pretty serious girlfriend. Her name was Victoria Mason, and her and I had been dating for about a year until we found out that her dad was going to take a job in Saudi Arabia working for the oil company. And that was pretty devastating, as you could imagine, with my sophomore year high school love for her. And she moved away. And the day she moved away, I had a friend named Brett. He invited me over to hang out with some of his friends. One of them's name was Derek Durfee. Derek, I got there that night, and Derek just, I don't know what got into me. I must have been angry or something, but every little thing he said I made fun of. I just hammered him the whole night, and for some reason, we became best friends. For some reason, I don't know what happened that night. We just had a connection or a bond. Maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know. But it was long lasting, and I met my best friend that day. He's my best friend for a few reasons, and I'm going to talk about some of those today. One, he played baseball. Two, we were a perfect combination. And three, he had a cute sister. So, he played baseball. I had friends, a lot of friends growing up that played baseball with me, but when we got into high school, a lot of those friends started to play football. And football's in the fall, baseball's in the spring. And so while they're preparing for their season, I'm in the middle of mine. We can't really hang out. They're conflicting schedules. So I stopped hanging out with a lot of them. One of them in this room, his name's Chubbs, or Trevor. He was one of my best friends growing up, but we lost contact in high school. Derek played baseball with me. We played on the team since sophomore year all the way through high school. We didn't play the same position, but we were always together. We'd be at practice, we'd go home, we'd shower, and then I'd end up at his house most of the time, and sometimes he'd come down to mine. But because he played baseball, we were always together, and that's something I loved about it. That's something that was very convenient about our friendship. And we were the perfect combination. Derek is a genius. His dad's a teacher, so his dad made him study really hard. My parents are definitely not teachers. They didn't make me study very hard. A lot of people said that he was the brains of the couple and I was the broad of the couple. I'll share an experience. One day he locked his keys in his car, and we were trying to get into it. We didn't know how. We didn't want to call the police because that's kind of embarrassing. If you call the police, they'll just come and break your car out for no charge. So if you ever get locked out of your car, don't call a locksmith, call the police. But he had this bright idea of taking a sign in the yard, one of the campaign signs, and he reached the wire down through to get it out. But he couldn't slide it through the door. And so, me being the broad, he being the brains, I pried the door open with my hands, and he went in and he unlocked the door. And it was a perfect combination. Without our friendship, that would have never happened. He would have had to call a locksmith. He would have called the police, and it would have been really embarrassing for him. But because we were the perfect combination, it all worked out. And we kept in contact all through high school. When we both graduated, we both decided that we were going to serve LDS missions for 2 years. And when I came home, I went to visit his family, and he had a little sister who was 2 years younger than us. She had just graduated high school, and boy, did she grow up. She was beautiful. And I always told my friend that I was going to marry his sister just so we could be friends forever. And you know what? That thing is looking more and more likely. Well, I got to start dating her first, but I would not mind dating her at all. But that's my best friend, and I'm very grateful for everything that he does for me. And I plan to be best friends with him for a while. Once again, our friendship is like no other. It was perfect timing. He played baseball. We are a perfect combination for each other, and he has an attractive sister.